A Versa piece is exactly that. It's a piece that's meant to be versatile. It's meant to be either worn as a 3/4 piece or as a ponytail that's tucked around a bun. You will need wefted hair, a bit of fabric, 4 weaving clips, a comb clip, a comb, needle and thread, or a sewing machine, and of course, scissors. You'll start by cutting 6 pieces of weft to 7 inches and 2 pieces of weft to 14 inches. The next step is to fix the 2 pieces that are the same width together. So you should end up with 3 pieces that are 7 inches and 1 piece that's 14 inches. And we used fabric tack to glue these pieces together. The next step is to stitch your wefted hair to your fabric piece. We've cut the fabric piece to the same width, and the first piece is going to go at the bottom, the next piece a little bit further up, and so on. So we're just gonna go ahead and start sewing those on. We've gone ahead and set our machine to a zigzag stitch. So in order to get started, we're just gonna give it a couple passes through, do a little bit of a reverse stitch, and then continue moving forward. I'm holding on to the bottom of the fabric and positioning my weft as I go. That just makes sure that we're right on the right track. Okay, when you get to the end, do a few reverse stitches to lock in that stitch, and then go ahead and finish that. This completes our first row stitched onto our fabric. So the next row simply goes a little bit farther up than that. So I'm just gonna position it and then slide it into the machine. I'm gonna put my needle down to hold it into place so I can straighten the rest of it out. Couple stitches forward and then a few stitches back just to simply lock that into place. The last piece to sew on is your longest piece, so we're just going to center this piece into the middle of the long part. And then we're just going to stitch that across the top in the same way. Now that we have all of our pieces sewn onto our fabric, we're ready to sew on our clips. Because we have 4 clips and 1 comb clip, the comb clip goes in the middle, 2 weaving clips on the end, and then 2 clips that are centered in between the weaving clips and the center clip. So the first one that I'm going to put in is my center clip because I like things to be symmetrical and based around that. Make sure you're going around each loop at least a couple times and cinching it down nice and tight. Once you get to the end, knot your thread and cut away your excess. Okay, your next is to sew your weaving clips on your corners. You're going to pick up the thread, go back through the loop, anchor it once before you start sewing on your clip. Position your clip in place. And continue to sew it until it's secured to your weft. You don't need to go through your weft each time, but you do want to make sure that you go around it at least once. Make sure that your teeth are facing upwards on your comb clips, otherwise you won't be able to grab the hair. To finish your stitch, simply go around your thread, pull it back, tighten that knot down, do that a couple times, and then just clip away your excess thread. Continue sewing the remainder of your clips in the same way. Once you've finished sewing on your clips, your piece is now complete. Let's take a look at a finished style. This shows our completed 3/4 piece style. Let's take a look at the ponytail.